What's up, my pilots? Angryponcho here, and we are back playing Feed the Beast. In this episode, we are going to do some stuff. We're going to build some new technologies. Some will be upgrades, and some will be brand new. So let me show you what's going on with his house right now. So the top floor here is looking sharp. We finished off the piping and stuff in the previous episode. I actually added some more. I added overflow pipes, so when something, for example, it actually happened over here. When something fills up a barrel, this is 64 stacks, so it's totally full. It'll go right through past that diamond pipe and end up down here, and then these pipes funnel things over to the recycling chest. What in the world? Red? Yeah, you can see my red cobblestone overflowed because the barrel apparently over there is full. And we got a red garnet. I've never seen that before. This is also the chest where I'll occasionally find awesome goodies, like 2 more pieces of iridium. So we now have a total of 3 iridium ore. And I actually found another piece that I have a waypoint on. It's it's over that way in one of my quarries. But it's still an ore. The quarry actually dug right next to it and exposed it. So I'm waiting until I get a silk touch pick to pick it up, so I can put it in the rock grinder and get 2 out of it instead of just the 1. So I started a chest over here for enchanted books. That's what I've been doing, is putting my enchantments on books, and then I'll use the anvil once I get something good. For example, I'm going to want to make a diamond sword of Soul Stealer 3, so that I can charge up soul shards. That's one of the things I'd like to do in this episode. Alright, so, first things first, I want to make a reinforced blast furnace. Oh, you see the lighting stuff? It's weird. It does that occasionally. So I have here in the queuing chest, this is the recipe for a reinforced machine casing. So you need a bit of advanced stuff. You need an advanced circuit, an advanced machine block, so that's taking an advanced alloy and also a carbon plate. And you got the advanced circuits, and then you have steel. So it's almost a stack of steel to make the amount that we're going to need to make a better blast furnace. And I already have a space prepared for it downstairs. You'll see that in just a second. Reinforced machine casing. Nice. I'm also going to need 2 buckets of lava. Do I have those? I do. Sweet. So just a quick look before we go down to the bottom floor at the piping room. Things are basically still the same. We still have our automatic macerating machine, which is currently macerating some lead that presumably is coming from one of my 2 quarries I now have running. And we're, making some silver. This basically runs all the time and just pumps the goodies off into the chest. I've been getting a lot of good stuff from my quarries, and I'm very pleased with it. And you can see the cobblestone pipe is dark black, and the grayer pipe is a stone pipe. They don't connect to each other when they go past each other, so when you can have a cross like this and they don't connect. Yeah, you can see it overflow. It's coming out of that red cobble chest because it's full. And the gray pipes are the overflow pipes that take stuff back over here to the either to be incinerated or to go into the overflow chest, depending on what it is. Right now I'm incinerating these things. And I could probably start incinerating red cobble now that I have an entire barrel of it. Alright, so this is the 3rd floor down here. This is the machine room, and it's also where our power grid starts. So let me start at the beginning. This is all still under construction at this point, but I've pretty much finalized about half of the room. So on the top here, we have an array of solar panels. How many is this? Something like 20. Looks like we got 7, 8, 9 on the left, and then 6, 5, 11, 14 on the right, so it's like 23 or so up here. And that's just going into an MFE, a couple bat boxes to keep the wires from losing power as they transfer over distances. That just goes into an MFE that basically just puts it all into one place, so I can take it out with a glass fiber cable. And then I run this glass fiber cable over and straight down past the 1st floor where the chests are, past the 2nd floor where the pipes are, and down to the 3rd floor where the machines are. And so it runs around over here. That's this wire that I'm following, and it comes into the power grid that I've now constructed here, which is these 5 5 MFSUs. And each of these can hold 10 million EU and outputs at a great rate of 512 EU per tick. So that's pretty freaking sweet. That's where the power comes in from the solar panels. So the way I have these MFSUs wired up is each one powers the next. And so I can draw power from the one on the end, and the other ones will recharge that one, and they'll sort of have a queue of power where power goes in that end and comes out this end. So you see we have 10 million here, 10 million here, 10 million here, and this one's currently filling. It's got 2 million. So right now I have 32 million EU in this grid, and it's capable of holding 50. So it's filling up, actually, surprisingly, and all of that has come from my solar panels, which I think is pretty cool. So I also have I have my semi-fluid generators back here because they're done. Good. They can add some additional power and get rid of my creosote oil and that sort of thing. So the power runs along this way, chugga lug, goes through all of these, and then there's two places it comes out. I originally had everything coming out from the last MFSU, but I decided I wanted to kind of have a priority system. So if the power in the system were to get low, if we were to use up most of it, only this last one would have power. The other ones would all be charging this guy. So my essential systems are attached to the last MFSU. And then here's a medium voltage transformer. This is the semi-expensive one. I think it takes an MFE to make. But you put in the high voltage on the three circles, and then it puts out medium voltage on the one circle. So this medium voltage is actually 128 EU per tick and will blow up most of the machines we have. So I take that over with glass fiber cable to here, a low voltage transformer. That looks like a bat box almost, except it has more circles. So you put in the medium voltage, and it puts out low, which is 32 per tick. So the low voltage is coming out right here. But even that still needs to have something better than copper cable. So I just threw in glass fiber. I have plenty of the glass fiber cable. I use it for everything other than copper. Everything other than low voltage I do with copper. And so it's mostly, or I do with glass fiber cable. So it's mostly glass fiber cable in this room, even though it's a bit expensive. Anyway, so these are just two bat boxes to buffer the power. They're usually always full. And then I have 4 pieces of wire so we don't get any loss. And those are actually powering these 4 holes in the ceiling are going to the 2 mass raters and the 2 electric furnace that are doing my automatic ore processing machine on the next floor. So that's an essential system. I don't want that to ever lose power, so it's on the first MFSU. Also on the first MFSU is this power supply, which is high voltage or medium voltage, comes to here and gets split into low voltage, and then this one power line here supplies all of these machines right here. And it's not as complicated as it might look at first. This low voltage transformer just takes 128 here and turns it into 4 32s. So you have the left, the right, the other side, and the top. So there's the 4 32s going out. And that just gets put through to various devices. So the wiring is not too complicated, honestly. I just use glass fiber cable whenever I needed to go 5 blocks or more, and then I use copper cable whenever possible. And so then out here, this is where the room is going to be, because here's the tunnel entrance. Oh, I should sleep to keep my quarries running. I try to keep them going all the time, but since they're solar powered, I have to keep it daytime in order for that to be a viable strategy. So let's drop back down. So the redstone dust on the floor is where I imagine I'll put the wall in. But the machines that are being powered right here is 2 electric furnace, a rolling machine, which actually has to be converted through this electrical engine here that's turning the EU into MJ. And I only need the one. That machine works fairly well with just the one engine. It's totally fine. And then I have 2 compressors, 2 rotary macerators. These are new. I made another extractor. And again, all of those machines on this side, the 4 on the bottom and the 2 macerators, they're all coming from that one power supply. So they're all essential. They'll never run out of power. But then I have a little bit of a less priority system. This first break off here goes around and back, and that comes from the second MFSU. So if we get down below 10 million EU, these next machines won't work anymore because we'll need to recharge, and that's fine. So this power runs along over here, and these glass fiber cables you can go for 40 blocks before you lose any EU. So you can basically go as far as you want in the house, and it's no big deal. That comes over here to this medium voltage transformer, and then I have 3 machines that run on medium voltage. And these are the industrial machines. We have our industrial electrolyzer, which I have a hopper on, and then I have our industrial blast furnace right here that we've seen before. I just moved it in here, and it has the lava in there, so it's capable of making silicon plates, and also titanium. That's what we've been using it for. But the third thing that sort of comes around along the back here is another industrial blast furnace right here. And that's the one we're going to update right now. So I've already dug out a space for its machine casings. So the pattern, if you don't remember, is 3 solid on the bottom, and then you do a ring of 8 here, and you're going to want to put lava in the center because it increases the heating capacity. Another ring above that with a space in the center for another piece of lava, and then a solid cover on top. Yeah, and it's working already. Great. And its heating capacity is 2200K. So we will be able to make platinum and maybe chrome, I think, as well. I think we can make platinum and chrome in this. And that's pretty cool. Because we need platinum dust to get... Platinum is tied with iridium. It's involved in a lot of the same recipes. So we're getting closer. It's very good news. Alright, cool. So now that we have that blast furnace, we can make the stuff that we need to create a gas turbine, which is something I've been wanting to make for a while because it would allow us to get rid of all the hydrogen cells that I've been collecting. So here's the tech aisle. I have 4 stacks, 270 hydrogen cells. I believe that's a byproduct of electrolyzing clay, which is how I get my silicon cells, which is how I get my silicon plates to get solar panels. So, yeah, that's where we are right now. So we have platinum. Oh, it's aluminium. That's what this thing can do. Let's go ahead and do that. We've been collecting a lot of aluminium dust, which is a byproduct of electrolyzing clay. It can be done in this blast furnace. So let's see what we get out of this. I believe it's the aluminium that we actually need for this. And it's not aluminum. I'm not pronouncing it the British way. It's actually aluminium. It's spelled that way. I believe the mod maker must be a European guy who's... Unless he really meant for it to be a different name. Yeah, so we get aluminium. Nice. Because it actually is aluminum. That's what the cans are made out of. Let me show you that. So if you come over here, this stuff here is aluminum. And that's what you use to make these cans in my inventory that I use for the creosote oil. Yep. Just trying to keep things straight so you guys don't get confused about what I'm talking about. So we got aluminium ingots now. So let's see if we can make a gas turbine. That's what I wanted to do. I might have to cut away and get some stuff here, but... Alright, so we're going to need... Yeah, see, Invar ingots? I think that my mod version is weird because in order to get Invar ingots, you need... it looks like you need an induction smelter, or you can use Invar blend, which, again, you already have to have Invar to get. So, whoops, what did I just do? Stop it. So you need an induction smelter to get Invar ingots. But then to get an induction smelter... Oops, smelter... You need Invar ingots to make it. I'm like, what? And I don't know if you can just find Invar laying around. So I'm pretty sure that there's a problem here because you can't get an Invar ingot until you have an induction smelter, but you can't get the induction smelter until you have Invar ingots. It's a catch-22. So to make our gas turbine, we're going to do the other recipe, which is the aluminum. So we need 4 of these. I already have the 4. We already have reinforced glass. We already have advanced circuits. I just need to make 2 windmills, which is a generator with 4 carbon plates around it. I think I might already have everything we need for that. I've been saving stuff up. Yeah, I have 2 generators left over from making solar panels. And then what do we need? Carbon plates? I got plenty of those. I got 7. Oh, I need to make more. What a shame. I'll just go ahead and make some more. How about that? I've gotten pretty quick at the process. I'll take a stack of coal. This will make 8. I'll come down here, toss it in my macerators, let those run. And while that's going on, we'll collect the rest of the needed ingredients for this. So we need 2 of these, and then we're making a gas turbine. Reinforced glass, 2 advanced circuits. Alright, I have advanced circuits in a storage space over here. I've only got 1 left, so I'll just take 2 regular circuits and make them into advanced circuits. Oops, I don't want the batteries. Put those back. So I have a pretty good system of where everything is here. It's not too complicated, and I don't ever really get that confused about where stuff is, because the aisles are separated in a reasonable way. we need to make 2 of these. Just go ahead and do that. Whoop. Click in the wrong places. So I'm really enjoying this automatic sorting system. If I don't want stuff, I just throw it right back in here, and it'll end up where it needs to be. It's pretty nice. Alright, so 2 advanced circuits. I think we also need reinforced glass. That's down on the bottom floor. I have my tech chest down here for things that I don't sort with other stuff. Reinforced glass. Alrighty, and now we're just waiting for this macerator to finish. That might be enough, actually. So I only need a couple more. Make the carbon fibers. Get the meshes. Toss those in the compressor. Let me go up and get... I try to leave at least one of anything in a barrel, so I'm going to take all but one of these carbon plates and leave one behind so I can remember what's in that barrel. The system won't care if I empty the barrels. It'll refill them just fine. But for my own edification, I like to be able to recognize what different things are for. Alright, there's that. I have a crafting table down here. Let's make these windmills. I've never made one of these before. So apparently you can use those to collect the wind power. But this should make us a gas turbine. Whoop! Clicked on the crafting recipe. Drop my ingot. Come here, you. Put those down. Oh, hey, look at that. You can get aluminum nuggets. I wonder what those are good for. Advanced circuits, windmills, and reinforced glass. Makes a gas turbine. Great. And the whole reason I wanted that was so that I could get rid of all those hydrogen cells I've been collecting, because I hadn't found anything else that they seemed really useful for. And I don't want to use up all my tin on cells. So, you know, it's just what I do. It's only 16 EU per tick, so I'm just going to need a little copper cable to wire it into the system. I'll go and stick it down here somewhere. Let's see. Where do I want to put it? I'll just have it, I can have it go into that same bat box if I wanted. Let's do that. Let's move this guy over here. And then put you here. Hello? Oh, there we go. Do I have to click on the right side of it? Oh no, it just wasn't ready, I guess. I can click anywhere I want. Okay, cool. Let me get a hydrogen cell and see how much power they'll give us. I've been using the vertical mode on the jetpack a lot more now that I have pretty much bountiful energy. Oh, how good are these? Yeah, 15k EU, but it's at 16 EU per tick, so it's twice as fast as the semi-fluid generators. So I'll just be taking these over time and turning them back into empty cells so that I can use them for my electrolyzing needs. That's how we're getting a lot of stuff, is electrolyzing it. So we'll toss those in. It'll fill up and just start cranking away power for us. That's nice. Alright, cool. So that's done. There's our gas turbine. We got our advanced, whatchamacallit, right there, blast furnace making aluminium for us. That's pretty nice. And you can see the system is pretty much hanging on, and it's not going to be losing any power. I think eventually it's going to get full and pretty much stay there, which is awesome, because I'm eventually going to change the solar panel design, and I want to have some time to take care of that. So you can see right now things are going down, because I'm doing a recipe that's very costly over in the induction furnace, or blast furnace, industrial blast furnace. So it's ticking down a little bit at a time. So you can see right now it's going down about 1,000 EU a second or so, which is actually not that much, considering how many per tick that can be. So the system is refilling fairly fine. And it runs, the solar panels run all the time during the day, and so they tend to keep the system fairly full of power. It's pretty great. Alright, these macerators are probably done. Let's grab the rest of that stuff. I'll go ahead and make the rest of these into carbon plates because it's a very useful item. They seem to be very commonly required. We'll just leave those to run. Alright, what else is on my to-do list? We did the assembly tables next. I told you guys I'd do that a few episodes ago, and we never got to it. I was waiting for the new house. So here's all the stuff we need. So we already have the assembly table itself, but it turns out in order to use it, it needs another device that requires power, and that device has this recipe. It's called a laser, and it's sort of a wall-mounted or ceiling-mounted device that, well, shoots a laser. And it's pretty cool, and that's how it actually assembles things on the table. So I don't know exactly where I want to put this yet, but I guess next to this would be a fair enough location. So let's just put it down somewhere, and then I think if I put this laser on the ceiling, I don't know if that'll be close enough to it, actually. I think they have to be within 4 blocks of each other. If that is close enough, it'll be really convenient. But the assembly table doesn't require power, but the laser does. So let's see if this... So what I'm going to have to... Why isn't that powering it? That should... Oh no, it doesn't work like that. You can't do it upside down. I need to get a torch and some blocks. That's fine. Yep, it's nighttime. Let's sleep again. Again, always keeping it daytime so I can keep power running through this place. I do intend to decorate this place, but I'm going to make that an episode in its own right because I'm going to get into micro blocks when I do it. So I have torches. They're over here. I don't have very many left, though. I'm only going to need... I'll make some more. Do I have sticks? Let's take some sticks. Go and get my redstone. See, things get sorted automatically, and a lot of the stuff is coming from my quarry. Oh, I should show you. I'm using the ender chests now for the quarry. They're both just going to a chest with all blue on the top. So you see it's getting filled up with stuff. And then I have 4 pumps going, or redstone engines, just to pump stuff out of there. And it goes through these gold pipes, gets sped up, and then flies off into the system to be sorted. Well, the cobblestone's all getting thrown away at this point. I don't really need it. And I've not built a recycler yet, so I'm not keeping it for anything. Red cobble's getting put in the extra chest, so I should probably actually make sure I'm not going to totally fill it up. I think it'll be fine for a while. Alright, let's make some more torches. And let's put some power into this thing, shall we? I'm going to need a couple blocks. I'll just grab some. Oh, there's a cave here! Whoops. Yeah, some of these walls are thin, but I've lit up all the nearby caves so we don't get mobs spawning. I'll fix that later. Alright, let's try and be smart about where I put these torches. So... if I put the torch here, it doesn't reach him? It's right next to him, though. That's how torches are supposed to work. It should be able to send power right to it, because it's right next to it. Or maybe it won't go unless it's on? Anyway, whoops. I don't know what that's connected to. It's just where I put the wall. So this is what the assembly table looks like. No power coming through it right now, so nothing's happening up here. That engine really should be going. I don't understand. I mean, I can make it uglier and actually work if I have to. Let's see if this does it. What is wrong with that redstone engine? That should be powering it. Torches power the block above them. What in the world? That's very, very strange. Is this something weird happening with this system? Let me just confirm that that's how torches work. No? What? Torches totally power the block above them. Don't tell me they changed that. Yeah, see, look, there's the power coming right through to that redstone. It's powering this block. That's really strange. I don't understand why it's not putting power into the redstone engine. Maybe you just can't power them that way. Alright, well, I'm going to have to use wires to do this. I might go for a different setup. Give me a minute to prepare this. Alrighty then, my redstone engines are broken, and I'm really confused as to why this is definitely a redstone signal hitting that engine, and it's not doing anything. I'm perplexed by this. Something weird is happening here. See, I know this is how redstone engines are supposed to work, because, you know, here they are, being powered by torches exactly as it looked like, just next to it or under it. That's totally fine. Even above it works. Alrighty then, I did a little bit of research, and it turns out that most machines won't accept power from a redstone engine. They don't put out enough, to be frank. So we're going to have to find a better way to do this, and I think I'm going to do it with some electrical engines, maybe just one for the time being. But if that is going to be the case, I might move to another location. I might put it over here instead, just to, you know, keep things convenient for us. I like that you can pick up this Buildcraft stuff with a drill. It's nice. Not having to worry about busting things and not getting anything back. So let me just... See, the problem with this is that you have to have the laser gets the power, but then the assembly table has to be nearby. So, how do I want to do this? I could have the laser be in the wall over here. Sort of, whoops. See if I can get the angle right. No, I want it to face forward. Why is it facing up? Stop facing up. Look at me, you. Alright, get out of here, crafting table, you're in the way. Alright, so I'll put the... Actually... let me find a good spot for this thing. Alrighty then, I do believe I figured out a solution. I had to move some wiring around, actually, which is kind of annoying, but I got it figured out. So I had to adjust, I had to move this bat box over so I could reach, but I just put it, so the laser's here and the table's there, over here in this corner. There's a little bit of room. So now all we need is power on the engine, and things should start going. There we go, sweet. Alright, so let's see. Is this gonna... Okay, this is doing stuff. Current output, 2 MJ per tick. But it's also storing a lot of stuff. So I don't know if it's not getting down to this table, I guess. This should work. They're close enough, right? Okay, so let's see. I know there's some really basic stuff you can make in the assembly table. Like a redstone chipset is just redstone. So, and that's like the basic component of a lot of the other stuff that you have to make. So let me just grab some redstone and see how this works. I think I just throw it in on the left. And then yeah, it says other stuff on the right. Okay, so make this for me. And now it runs. Great. Okay. And apparently this takes 10,000 MJ, and it's coming in right now at 4 MJ per tick. So it's going to be slow. Wow, alright. But yeah, see the laser? Chug-a-lug-a-lug. Nice. 4 MJ per tick is the best one laser can do. Is the engine overheating? It shouldn't be zapping like that. It should be going constantly. Yeah, it's... Ooh, what's with the fluctuation in the power? It should be able to handle, Ooh. It should be able to handle 4 MJ per tick, no problem. Why is this engine overheating? I don't understand. Also, how is it possible for that thing to be doing 4 MJ if this thing's doing 2? Oh, it was just running the backup power on the generator. Right. Okay, so what I really want, I guess, is to have 2 of these going into this, which I think I can do fairly easily. So let me see. It'll only be 4 pieces of wire if I do this. Now I just need, let's get this to be efficient. Just use 1 torch. Oh, can I go up through the hole, please? I'm going up too fast. That won't run, you guys. That's in the wrong place. What am I doing? I'm so stupid. Let's use 2. Quit screwing around. Alright, now when they both go, it should have a solid 4 MJ per tick once they get running. Is this guy going to put power out into him? No. Alright, well, I'll need to do some rewiring, because it seems like that power's not getting in there. Like, we're going to have to move all this wiring back 1 square, so that the, annoying, oh man. Oh, you know what I could do? I could just grab power from right up here. It's a lot closer. I don't know, but it seems like this guy is storing his energy and he's not putting it into the, into the laser. But basically, once this bar fills up, it'll make a redstone chipset for us. So this is going to be a slow thing, it looks like, if we don't get stuff working properly now. This engine is definitely not, yeah, it's just holding it all. It's not putting it into the laser at all. So I guess it has to come in from the right side, or I'll just have to put a conductive pipe in the back and send the power to the pipe instead. But that's not a big deal. So I'll take care of that between episodes. Basically, the power of this chipset of this stuff is that you can throw all kinds of goodies in over on the left side, and then it'll show you whatever is possible to make. So the assembly table works automatically by those lasers that it does. So you can throw stuff in. Like, I think throwing in redstone and iron should give us more recipes, I think. Yeah, so you can make an iron chipset. And so you just throw in a bunch of ingredients over here, click on the one you want, and come back later, and it'll charge up and fire it off for you. Now, you can get this to run much more efficiently if you have more than 1 laser and you run them all at max power. You can get like 10 lasers or something if you're efficient about the spacing. You can fit, I think, probably a dozen or more on one table. So it may be that I reroute this power and put a real system over here and just split it from a bunch of different things and power it with a bunch of different lasers. But we'll see. I might not ever go above say 4 lasers, but I don't know how efficient it's all going to end up being. I'll probably redo it and put it over there though, because this is going to be pretty bad, I think, right now. But for now, it'll make stuff just on its own when it feels like it. Alrighty then. So we did a good bit this episode. We made ourselves a reinforced blast furnace that allows us to make aluminium, so we can make a gas turbine. We made an assembly table, and then yeah, so those are the 3 things we got done in this episode. That's pretty good. So I want soon to make soul shards and to decorate the house, and I also want to get some other things done. Like, I want to start using turtles. I think turtles are really cool, and I think that rather than using the auto farm things that are included with other mods, I might try it with turtles first, just to have fun. So if you don't know, turtles are from Computer Craft, and they're basically programmable little robots. You can write programs and tell them to do stuff, and they apparently can do all kinds of cool things. I have an idea for a rubber farm. We'll see if we can get it to work. One way or the other, thank you guys so much for watching. In the next episode of Let's Play Feed the Beast, we are going to make... let's do turtles next. I'm excited about turtles. See you guys then.